All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Unboxing video number 41.
All right.
This one is a bit late because we went on a little vacation and we forgot about the whole thing of, oh, that's right, the vacation's going to go across 15th and all that stuff. And then we were like, all right, let's catch up on that backlog of videos. But now the unboxing is here for July of 2021.
Yes. We have a few boxes, but we have a lot of letters. And this is the part that I'm always the most excited about because we get to actually connect with some of you guys. So thank you so much for sending in all the letters. Because of the way this one was picked up, though, there's a possibility that there might have been some letters that were left over from last month's. So just bear with us if that's the case. But hey, we finally got your letter then, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And if it gets to the point where it's like going on for like crazy too long, we might not necessarily, because who knows how long these letters are, read them all on camera, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, but we will do our best to get as many of them as possible.
Indeed.
Let's do this one first.
Because it's a bit of a doozy, it looks like.
So Jacob, how can they send us stuff if they'd like to do that?
Oh, you know, that is a great question, Caleb. So if you want to send us stuff, like letters or gifts or anything like that, there is a P.O. box in the description. Now, some of our very old videos from ancient long time ago have a different P.O. box. Don't use those. Only use the ones from like recently or just on the unboxing videos.
On the unboxing videos.
We will do these every 15th unless there's some disaster or, you know, something like that. But, very important, no consumables. We will not consume them and they will be thrown away.
Okay. We have a letter from Matthew, it looks like here. And this is one that was written in June.
Gotcha.
So this one might be one that was meant to come last month, but then just arrived late or something like that. But, oh my goodness. Thank you for the letter. This is a big one, too. All right. Hi, Jacob and Caleb. Matthew here. Hello.
Hello.
I have been watching your content for over a year now, and I finally decided to write a letter to show my support. Hopefully this ends up in your June video as well. I think I am one of the rare viewers who has watched the vast majority of your content, including discussions. Thank you. Wow.
That's impressive.
At the beginning, I used to just watch your reactions, but later I always listened to the discussions and even went back to the videos I watched just for the discussions. Oh, wow. I just finished going through your MHA Seasons 1 through 4 reaction discussions as a refresher while I'm watching Season 5. I love the crazy theories, the call-outs that are on point that you were unaware of, and the ones that are so off the mark. Rewatching series and hearing your input lets me get a better appreciation for things that I may have missed or catch things myself. Foreshadowing is the most common one, as even with your theories that turn out good or bad, I can see things that are there that people usually won't catch on their first watch. Yeah, that's really fun about rewatching anime in that regard. While my anime list is quite large, over 500, wow, there are still many good ones I have not seen. Looking through your playlist, I figured I would use it as a recommendation list. Some of these I have heard of, but kept procrastinating, but I have not heard, but some I have not heard of, and we'll try for the first time. Here are a few examples.
Yes.
Took from your playlist and watched Dorohedoro, Domestic Girlfriend, and Hinamatsuri. Actually happy I saw this, but never would have were it not for Jacob.
Yep, for Domestic
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
Domestic Girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it.
Heard of, but I keep procrastinating. Hopefully we'll get to these soon. Oran Host Club. March Comes In Like a Lion. Whoa, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Hibike, yeah, dude. And Run with the Wind. Oh my god, you basically just picked some of the best shows we've ever watched. These are all on this list, so check them out.
Oh,
and then Never Heard of, but we'll check it out. We have the Count of Monte Cristo. You know, Gankutsuo,
makes sense.
Ruby. That also makes sense as well. And then Rakugo. Oh, yeah. Rakugo, the unwatched gem.
Ruby, though, the fact that you haven't heard of it, I guess it's not an actual anime, but...
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Ones I have watched, loved, and so happy you watched as well. ReZero, Assassination Classroom, Origaru, Yui Shipper.
Yes!
Oh, that's awesome. And there are others as well, but I like to prioritize the ones you guys have seen, as I'm sure it will be a great watch. I do watch a very wide variety, and there are very few shows I do not end up liking at the end. Even if I don't like it, I'm happy I gave it a try myself to form my own opinion.
Nice.
Sometimes I may not enjoy it too much, but when I rewatch your reactions discussions, I get a better appreciation for it. And I know it's not just the type of show I enjoy. It's very wise of you.
Yeah, very open-minded.
Very open-minded, yeah. Before I end this letter in a classic fashion, here are my recommendations shills for new shows. Some of these I know you're aware of, and some I'm not sure. I will try to keep things vague, as if they do ever end up being watched, I would not want you guys to have some sort of expectation, but rather be as blind as possible. Even if it ends up on your polls or you give your thoughts during your unboxing video, that would be enough for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Notable requests. Winter 2021 was a crazy anime season with many anticipated sequels. Obviously, Attack on Titan would get a special Sunday recording slot, and your Monday podcasts were great when I had time to watch them. I knew your original plan for sequels was The Promised Neverland, Beastars, and then Dr. Stone, but what about these? Zombieland Saga. It's been a great season 2 so far, with our lovable idols, Tai being my favorite, and of course the fabulous Mamoru Miyano as the manager. Awesome. And reincarnated as a slime. I know many people did not enjoy the later half of season 1, but overall, the series has been one of my favorites. The beginning of season 2 also had some issues, as it was covering season 1 material. I later learned that during season 1, there were production issues where the team was not sure they would get a season 2. And while they were creating the end of season 1, they found out season 2 did get greenlit, which caused many problems with their adaptation. So they did their best to salvage it. I think Caleb even had this feeling something was off during the final discussion. After the beginning of season 2 caught up with the skipped content, everything has been amazing. The second cour of season 2 starts July, and I cannot wait. Okay. So there's one cour out right now.
Right.
And there's a second cour that literally just started, probably. Then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Some other series. Moshiko Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, commonly referred to as the grandfather of reincarnation isekai, which may not be true, but regardless, Cour 1 premiered in winter 2021, and Cour 2 unfortunately was delayed for summer 2021 to fall 2021. This has been a great watch, and apparently has been one of the top wet but light novels on people's lists consistently. The animation is great, and had a studio created just to make it.
Wow.
I believe some of White Fox is part of the team. Okay, those are the Steins Gate folks, yeah. The plan is to make it a full adaptation. You can see how much time and care they put into the series. While there is some controversy regarding the series, I do believe everyone should check it out, if they have any interest in the isekai genre. Okay. Higurashi, the original 2006 version. I heard there was also a remake, though.
I think so, yeah.
And it's not entirely a remake. Oh, you mentioned something like that up ahead. Hold on. This is a psychological horror with great mystery themes. Maybe I've seen it, but if not, I would love to see it on the channel one day. The theories you guys would come up with would be so enjoyable. A soft reboot sequel started in 2020, and the final season will be premiering this July. Well,
damn. That's 14 years for a sequel.
Yeah, that's really interesting, though. The idea that they did something that kind of was a reimagining but also a sequel intrigues me, because meta-wise, I think that tells me something about the story.
Yeah.
But then also the idea that they're like, oh, no. And now, because people maybe like the 2020 thing, we're going to finish it and close the story forever. That's interesting. Okay. Specific recommendations. For Jacob, Rent a Girlfriend. Based on the title alone, you know this is a series for only the most cultured of viewers.
Oh, definitely.
While many people do not like this series, especially the main character due to his shortcomings and cringy behavior, I feel it's great as it provides moments for character development and motivations to be a better person. You want to see him get better, even though he stumbles along the way.
That is one that I have come this close to watching in my off time many a time. But yeah, the idea of just how much I've heard of how awful the main character is really has kept me from it so far.
For Caleb, so I'm a spider, so what? Okay, hear me out, Caleb. I'm sure you heard the title halfway, and as soon as spider came up, you made a face of your disapproval. How did you know?
Your next line will be.
Your next line will be. Damn it, how did you do that? Well, maybe part of me wants you to see this just because the main character is a spider. This has been one of the most heavily discussed animes for the winter-spring 2021 season. Why? There are so many theories, discussion points, and overall mystery regarding the series so far that it has been very engaging. If you have not figured it out by now, any show that leads to heavier discussion theory crafting from you two ends up very high on the list for me. The only downside of the series that many people have an issue with is the heavy use of CGI and the fact the studio did Berserk 2016-2017. I would still recommend it to anyone, though, as long as the CGI is not a deal breaker. And honestly, it's not that bad, but at times there are legitimate issues. Overall, the story more than makes up for it. I don't even know what this story is, but it seems like I was reincarnated as a spider. That's what it sounds like to me.
I think so. And what I've heard of it, and from what I've seen of like random images, I think the spider is made to be like really, really cute.
Oh, cool. Awesome. Wonderful.
No, but like I remember people being like, "Hey, maybe this could actually like help Caleb deal with his arachnophobia or something."
Yeah. Oh, okay. If that does not sell you, the main character is voiced by the talented Aoyuki. Well,
oh
okay.
wow.
I mean, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, Froppy from MHA, Tanya from Saga of Tanya the Evil, Kamachi from Origaru, and many other notable roles. I love that you mentioned these. Like, of all these are not the ones that I would have immediately thought of for, like...
Oh, yeah?
thing there, except for Komachi.
Komachi, like, yeah.
Acting like a... Wait, whoa. Acting like a YouTuber where you listen to her talk to herself for the whole episode. How can you be afraid of a cute spider with that voice? Wait, so the main character is a YouTuber? Like, is a vlogger of some kind? Like,
I don't know. Maybe they're just being...
Is this their mockumentary style?
Maybe it's just like the main character being super meta about the fact that they've been isekai'd or whatever.
Yeah, kind of like slime.
Yeah.
Finally, I wanted to save my best recommendation for last. It is a series that is premiering this spring 2021. You may have heard of it, but I have not heard its name yet on the channel. I am sure you have heard of the other big series this season and have been recommended them already. To Your Eternity, 86, and Tokyo Revengers. I don't know if we've been recommended 86 as much. I think we've had that mentioned once, but To Your Eternity and Tokyo Revengers have been heavily recommended.
Yes.
If you thought the recommendation would be one of the above, I would not blame you, as they are all solid series this season. However, my favorite show this season, and one that I hope ends up on the channel this year, is Vivi Fluorite Eye's Song, or more commonly called Vivi. To repeat what many others commonly mention when recommending this series, it is by Studio Wit, so incredible animation.
Okay.
It is by the author of ReZero, so an amazing story.
Okay.
And unfortunately, the show is an anime original, so it did not get as much traction at the start, but the show has been incredible since the beginning and extremely enjoyable to watch week to week. A trailer synopsis would give you the basic premise, but going into the show completely blind would be the best recommendation I could give to anyone. Like many of the other recommendations, the show would spur a lot of theory crafting from the both of you. It also contains an element theme that you two enjoy, but I will refrain from mentioning it.
Okay. Huh. That's curious.
So that means it's either found family or time travel.
Well, yeah, it's probably something that's very, like, plot relevant.
Yeah, not as much a thematic thing. But, I mean, set theme, so...
Yeah.
One of the main characters is voiced by Jun Fukuyama, who voiced Koro-sensei from Assassination Classroom and Lush from Code Geass. And he does a stellar job here as well. Since it's made by the author of ReZero, it sounds like a perfect follow-up as ReZero Season 2 is ending. Regardless, I hope you will either react to it on the channel one day or watch it on your own time. I'm happy that you guys do not always pick the most highly rated popular shows and do react to some lesser known ones. I actually get very excited when I hear Kakushigoto is coming to the channel, as I loved it when it came out, and I know Jacob will enjoy it. Keep up the great work and constantly providing very enjoyable content for all your viewers. Matthew, thank you very much, Matthew. This is a wonderful letter. Yeah. Very well formatted and... easy to read. Thank you very much for that.
Yes.
It's really sweet.
And I'm really glad you enjoyed Domestic Girlfriend. If you haven't, I highly recommend you read the manga over from the beginning because it's a very different experience. And
we're really
incredible.
Enjoying Kakushigoto.
Yes, Kakushigoto is wonderful.
Yeah, in fact, if anything, you want to give me these?
Oh, yeah.
You take that one.
Okay. There we go. This makes it easier. All right. Now, this one is one that has, like, typed address stuff and things.
It's going to be an advertisement.
Yeah, it's going to be like a solicitation or something.
We'll give you another letter. Oh, nope, wait, there's a letter in there.
Hold on. Okay, so that's just a random
it's
page.
It's a return thing.
Or something. Her. Maybe this was like someone that was like international and there was like a service to like print it and ship it from someplace within the country or something.
Possibly.
Hello, Caleb and Jacob. This is my first time sending a letter electronically, so let's hope that it comes out well and it arrives safely.
Thank you.
If it does reach you, yay. If not, well, anyways. This is my first time writing to you since I started watching your channel a couple years ago. The video that I saw was, of course, Haikyuu, but I also watched your other reactions as they came along, like Great Teacher Onizuka, Mob Psycho 100, Dr. Stone, and others. Those are some good ones. And
Those are
from
some good ones.
Very different, like, times.
Yes.
I had watched these before, so it was fun reliving them with you guys again. I want to thank you for looking at less popular shows like Run with the Wind, Dorohedoro, and Rakugo.
You just listed like 3 of my like favorites recently.
Yeah, those are some good shows. If you haven't seen them, I highly recommend you check them out.
Yeah.
These are some of my favorite anime, and it's fun seeing others react to them, especially when you don't have people around you that really watch anime. Your discussions are particularly interesting to listen to as well. Dorohedoro is such a different show than others that I've seen. It doesn't really make sense, but it does at the same time.
Yeah.
When you're watching it, it'll start off somewhere completely unrelated, and it'll jump around to different characters, but then it all comes together in the end. It's so fun and enjoyable to watch.
I know.
The manga has already ended, but I really hope that the show will be animated in its entirety. I do too.
I do too.
God,
Yeah.
that show was so fun.
Yeah.
I never really enjoyed the drama genre, but Rakugo is one of the few exceptions.
Yeah.
It's a lot
I know
more
what you mean.
mature and dialogue heavy, but the characters are so human that you can understand why they do the
Yep.
things they do.
Yep.
In 2 seasons, they were able to tell the story of 2 brothers and have a complete and satisfying ending. Although the main reason I wanted to write this letter was to gush about Haikyuu. I started watching the show when the 2nd season was about to air, 2015. I was able to finish season 1 before it started and wasn't reading the manga at that point. I was already in love with the characters and the story, but as many Haikyuu fans have experienced, it is very hard to choose a favorite character. Yes.
You can't choose a favorite child.
No, exactly.
You can't.
At best, maybe a favorite team. I don't really have a favorite since they are all amazing, but then something happened that made me realize who my favorite was.
Oh.
When episode 16 aired and ended with Daichi passed out on the floor.
He actually died there. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if you got the memo, but like,
Yeah.
he died. Like,
Yep.
He's dead, G.
I had no patience in myself to wait 1 whole week to find out if he was okay, which led me to immediately go read the manga to where the episode left off. Wow. That was
They got him.
Yep. Got him
got
good.
him.
That was when I realized how much Daichi meant to me and solidified that he is in fact my favorite character.
Wow.
That's good to hear. I feel like not a lot of people give Daichi the proper appreciation he deserves.
He's in some ways, to a lot of people, I think this is something that I'm not taking as a diss against a lot of people that I know that watch Haikyuu, but Daichi isn't cute enough for some people.
I was going to say that. Yeah.
And yeah, you should maybe just, check yourself a little bit and just
Yep.
be like, are you,
Exactly.
does that ring true? It's okay if it does. But, the characters have more to them than just being cute boys. So
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
It helps if
I
you
feel
have
like
a thumb. Yeah.
yes. I feel that he is one of those characters that everyone likes but is never their favorite. Yeah. He's so underappreciated and deserves to be recognized as one of the people that made Karasuno the way they are now, along with Takeda Sensei.
Yeah.
Currently, I am caught up in both the anime and the manga, and I really hope that the series will be animated from start to finish. It's too good not to be. It's so masterfully written, and I will always be in awe of how the creator manages to portray a moving story about growth, passion, and conquering things that stop you from becoming the best version of you there is. All of the story arcs are very character-focused, which makes them so relatable and applicable to any situation, sports-related or not, and there is no filler.
There is no filler.
Furudate continues to impress and amaze me each week when I was reading the manga chapters. Just when I thought I knew how good the series was, they kept proving me wrong. I already loved the story, where the story was going, but it kept getting better and better. It baffled me how someone was able to create something so beautiful. There were chapters where I literally had to just sit back and take it all in. How they honor the sport, how they were able to make you appreciate everyone, how they managed to weave the narratives and an entire cast of characters into the story with so much care and meaning. I can't wait for anime-only fans to see where the story goes from the end of Season 4 and for manga readers to experience it all over again. I highly recommend that you guys read the manga, at least when Haikyuu as an anime is finished, whenever that may be.
I will definitely do that.
Yeah, to see how the creator illustrated it and the differences in the anime. Now that I've rambled about this show, I'd like to give you some Haikyuu facts. Don't worry, these are spoiler-free and not related to the plot, just fun little tidbits the creator added in extra chapters or panels in the manga.
Cool.
Not sure if you guys know these already, since I don't have Discord, so I have no idea what the Haikyuu channel discusses with you guys. Either way, hope you enjoy.
Okay, let's get trivia.
Number 1, the 3 biggest eaters in order. 1, Kamasaki, the blonde third year in Dateko. 2, Daichi, yes, and 3rd, Nishinoya.
Nishinoya.
Yep.
I was like, I would have
that
been
boy's
upset
gotta
if he
eat.
wasn't up there. Yeah.
Yep, 2, the 3 smallest eaters in order. 1, Kenma, that makes sense. That's why you don't have as much energy. 2, Tendo, and 3, Tsukishima. Yeah.
Tsukishima and Tendo, okay.
Because they're big, so
they're lanky though.
they are lanky, but it's easy to mistake just how much height adds to your appetite.
Yes.
One time, Oikawa tried to talk to Kyoko, but was utterly ignored, as quoted in the manga.
Oh!
He told himself that she must have been shy, and I'm not bothered by it at all. Not even a little bit.
That's
4.
amazing.
It was confirmed that the creator designed Bokuto while looking at a picture of an actual owl. LOL. He is also one of the creator's favorite characters and one of the most fun to draw. Of course.
Bokuto is me. Just Bokuto is me.
5. Aone's biggest concern is that nobody wants to sit beside him on the train.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Oh my god! He creates an iron wall of social anxiety around people that are like.
And he only wishes that someone were to break through his wall.
Yeah.
Kuro's hair is the way it is because he sleeps on his stomach while pressing 2 pillows onto both of his ears. The thing is, I've done that before, and yeah, it absolutely messes with your hair. During the chapters covering the Tokyo preliminaries, Nekoma versus Fukurodani and Nohebi, the audience hadn't seen the Karasuno boys for a long while, so there was an extra chapter that showed what they were up to. Turns out they were having their sports festival and that Karasuno High School has their own version of Oikawa,
Oh my god.
who happened to be the captain of the football or soccer team. That's fun. 8.
That's hilarious.
Furudate described Miya Osamu as the kind of guy who wakes up and would go to a nearby store in whatever he's wearing at the time. Miya Atsumu, however, is a bit more conscious about his appearance even if he's going out for just a little while. Cool. Kageyama and Ushijima cannot smile for pictures. They are bad photo takers.
Yes! Ushijima!
Oh yeah.
Yes!
With his stoic face and imposing frame and deep voice.
What does the community call him? Like Farmer Ushijima or something? Where he's like,
Really?
Yeah, like country boy, and stuff. Oh,
That's great.
That's hilarious.
10. Iwaizumi is a huge fan of Godzilla and buys their merchandise, phone case, keychains, shirts, etc.
All right, yeah. And Oikawa makes fun of him for it, I'm guessing.
Oh, definitely. I think that's enough for now. Haha. There are a lot more, but I'll save them for next time. In the meantime, your discussions are great, so keep at it and please take care of yourselves. Thank you and stay safe. All the best, AWZ.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was a sweet letter.
That was super
I
sweet.
appreciate it.
All right.
Oh, man. All right, next letter here. It's got some cute stamps on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's also like a super sealed letter. Like I'm not sure which way to attack it from. Ah, here we go.
Oh, yeah, it's a good opening.
Okay. Greetings, SOS brothers. I hope you are doing well. I have been following your work for some years and respect the amount of passion and effort you put into your discussions. There are many anime reactors out there, but you two stand out the most with your in-depth analysis, interpretations, and perspective of shows or episodes that I never thought was possible. That's very kind. Thank you. Thank you very much. There are many things I wish to know about you and have so many questions to ask. In consideration of time and my limited brain power, I will ask 3 questions, and I hope you can give me your honest and objective opinions. Please note that I have a habit of saying or phrasing some things that might get people annoyed or offended. If I did that by the end of this letter, I apologize in advance. Without further ado, let's get to it. What is your definition of a good anime?
One that I enjoy.
Yeah, I would say that one that I rewatch.
Yeah.
I would say if I have the desire to rewatch it, it's a good anime.
Although since you said good, not in like ones that you find enjoyable, I will say if the characters are well written, I think that's like that just automatically elevates it, even if I'm not as interested in like the plot and the story.
Sure.
Yeah, that would probably be the main thing.
Yeah, but I have trouble separating like objective.
Right.
Like
I feel like art is not something that you want to try and be objective about. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I would say if I wanted to be as objective about it as possible, I would say a good anime is just one that finishes. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, or here, how about this? Because not necessarily a good anime for me.
Yeah,
A good anime is one that
joking.
knows its audience, and I would say that's the case with pretty much any story.
Well, an anime has to create an audience.
No,
first.
but like if it is able to know who it's for, basically, right? So because it's easy to say that like because something isn't critically acclaimed or something, it's not good, but that can still totally be good, right? It's just that it might not be for everybody. So,
Yeah, I have a bit of problems with that statement because
Yeah?
it's cyclical. The logic for it doesn't really make sense. But
Really?
I'm interested in where they kind of bring these here because these might give us some impressions here. It's like myself, I classify anime into 3 groups: anime that are forgotten. These are shows that did not capture my attention when it is over. I will not recommend them unless it fits their preferences. Likely never rewatch it and likely forgot what the story was as time goes on. This is 95% of the shows I have watched.
okay.
Or B, anime that caught my attention. These could be shows that can be either be good or meh, in my opinion. For both cases, these are shows I like or did not enjoy but still vividly remember for various reasons. It could be an important lesson, an interesting character, good animation, an epic event scene, that one episode, etc. I may recommend them not because I personally like them, but only because they are good and it fits the person's taste or fairly popular. This is 4% of the shows I have watched. Wow, 4%.
You watch a lot of shows.
Well, also, yeah, but just saying this is 4%, like, I got you. Anime that left a deep impression. These are shows that I wish people will watch and appreciate. These are the shows I remember specifically the reason why I like them. These are the shows that teach me things and I gained new insights and perspectives that stick with me since. This is the 1% of the shows I have watched. Okay, gotcha. So that deep impression thing, that's the kind of, when I saw that underlined here, like, for you, deep impression would be something that would go beyond, like, the objective sense, right?
Probably.
Same.
I'm guessing where it personally resonates really strongly.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is I think that, like, those types of ones are the ones where I wouldn't necessarily call them good. I would just call them ones that, like resonated with
Yeah,
you.
it was the right one for you. And that, and that
that's
was why...
your knowing your audience kind of thing,
exactly,
right? Yeah.
exactly.
For interest's sake, at the time of this writing, amongst the shows you are currently watching every week, only 2 shows fit the last level. With the exception of Yu Yu Hakusho, I watched them all. They are Legend of the Galactic Heroes and Gankutsuo.
Okay, that gives me a pretty clear image of your tastes, I feel like.
Yeah. I'm very skeptical about what the definition of good anime, the general anime audience of your fan base have. Whenever I see titles thrown out, I was puzzled at the choices. Is it because it is really their definition of good? Is it because they're very recent? Is it because it is an age or demographic preference? For instance, I keep hearing people say shows like Jujutsu Kaisen, Demon Slayer, MHA, Bungo Stray Dogs, Reincarnated Slime, etc. are all top 10 material, best show, anime of the year, season, etc. I watch them all. Some are good, but I don't see any of them as exceptional. What they have in common are amazing fight scenes, big displays of super magical power smashing each other, and superb animation. If you strip all that away, there's nothing special about them left. The setting, story, characters, and plots are all pretty straightforward and standard as shonen animes go, and normally I do not care what others think is good. Everyone is entitled to their own tastes and preferences. What I do care is that because this is now the common senses of the by and large anime community, these amazing anime will constantly be pushed to the front. They will suck out all the oxygen while leaving underrated or diamonds in the rough shows overshadowed, forgotten, and never explored. See, next question. What is SOS's definition of a good anime? Do you have your own criteria? Do you agree with your fans in the majority? Amongst the shows you've completed, which ones fit that bill? Which ones are good but fall short of that grade and why? See, this is an interesting topic because the idea of what is a definition of a good anime, it's there's a problem with the question itself, like at the fundamental level.
So okay, I remember when I was kind of in this camp. So this is very kind of nostalgic for me, and the things that I will say might not necessarily apply to you, but here goes. So why does an anime have to be good?
Yeah.
So like,
is it the point that you enjoy it, right?
Right, and is it better to make sure that your tastes are properly selective, or that you enjoy as much anime as possible, right?
Because certain things you're going to enjoy more than others, but none of that is based on how good the show is objectively.
Right, because art is not meant to be objective.
Well, not only that, but we in and of ourselves are interpreters of art and thus cannot be perfectly objective when it comes to the actual interpretation of said art.
Right.
We are going to value things differently than those who are probably the professional artists.
Sure.
Now, there's probably some people out there that have a better handle on, being objective with regards to how well the art was created. But I think those people are very few and far between and are not going to be us or
And
generally
if they
our
can
audience.
be, then that means they've killed some aspect of what art is supposed to be. Because
Well, no. I'm just saying people that actually make anime, for instance.
okay,
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
all right.
Yeah.
But point is that if this is how you want to enjoy anime, that's awesome for you. Go for it, right? You know, Gankatsuo, Legend of the Galactic Heroes, those are real good shows, right? That being said, though, what if I could interest you in a show that like what kind of shook me out of this is when I realized that like I wasn't getting all the anime that I wanted because I had those kinds of like conditions and things like that. And then I ended up realizing that I actually really loved trashy anime. And that was kind of like a thing of like, okay, you know what? Yeah, let's throw all that aside for a second. Let's just enjoy something for the sake of enjoying it. And then turns out, not only was I able to enjoy the trashy anime and stuff, but it gave me a newfound love for anime in general. And when those things like Legend of the Galactic Heroes or Gankatsuo come along that do something very fundamentally differently that a lot of other shows don't do, that's great, that's awesome, and I can enjoy those for what they are, but I don't need shows to be that, right? Because good execution on a simple concept can absolutely make for a fantastic story. You don't need it to be complicated or something that no one's ever done before, because most things, quite frankly, have already been done before, and there isn't actually anything new. It just might seem new to you.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah.
Next question is, how do you balance between watching shows you like and watching shows backed by demand? And then the follow-up kind of context is, you are on Patreon, YouTube, and Twitch. Essentially, anime commentary and entertainment is your job. As content creators, you're expected to deliver goods and services to the satisfaction of your customers, whether you agree to it or not. I get that. I face that twisted logic at work every day. Having said that, did you truly liked and enjoy every show you watched so far? Or most of them are not picked by you. They are picked by your patrons and Discord base, though through majority vote. Linking to the previous question, shows that are moved forward for nomination will be titles that majority of your base thinks is good or must watch. This trend is so prevalent that I understand why some titles are on the polls, and I can predict with good accuracy which shows will ultimately win.
Sure,
Yes,
yeah.
and we usually can as well.
Yep.
You have taken a step to reserve slots to pick shows you want to see. I liked that and agreed with most of the shows you selected. They're good and deserve more recognition. Still, it does not change the fact that you have to do this because chances are these shows will never appear in the polls, and if they do, will likely never win the nomination. All that being said, are you satisfied with the present system of choosing what shows to watch? Would you prefer to cede the freedom of your choice to your customers or assert more control for yourself? Are there any changes you wish to make? Okay, so the main thing that we would change primarily is we would have a poll system that would create less kind of a tribalism swayed mentality momentum, where you have basically a initial set of frontrunners and everyone just kind of alters their vote to adjust to which of the frontrunners they prefer to basically, actually experience.
There's bandwagon like stuff with regards to polls. That if we could take that away, that'd be awesome. But
because then it would be less. It would be more honest with regards to how people are voting.
But one of the things that is a couple things worth pointing out. One is that the polls that we put up are all shows that we are interested in watching. We do not put a show on there if we are not interested in watching it.
Yep.
So
and that's why you'll see shows. You'll be like, wait a minute.
This has been on a lot of polls.
This has been on a lot of polls, or shows that you're like, this has actually got a lot of demand by the community, but it's not showing up on polls.
Right.
It's because we don't want to watch it.
Like Tokyo Ghoul, we have not put on a poll.
Yep.
Like, it's not a show that we're particularly interested in watching. The other thing is that we go into every show absolutely looking to enjoy it, right?
Yes, and this is something that I think a lot of people get a bit confused by, because when we were doing reactions in the very beginning, one of the things that was quite a marked kind of emphasis on who we were as YouTubers was we wanted to make sure that we were giving every show its fair shot.
Right.
And we've only gotten better at this, I think, over the course of time. Because you can definitely tell when there were points where we brought more out of a show than we even expected to get.
Sure.
Like, the show itself carried its own momentum, and we added into that, and it spiraled into its own big thing, and it created like memes within the community, like great discussions. I think JoJo's is a fantastic example of that.
Yeah, JoJo's is made for that kind of stuff.
JoJo's is made for that kind of stuff, but then there were other shows that were much smaller that carried with them less, momentum of the community and stuff, and we made something out of it because we come into every anime one episode at a time with the intention to give it the most of our attention that we can so that we, get the most enjoyment out of it. And that is something that I've seen in not just other reaction channels, but in other spheres and stuff, being looked at as something that's like, oh, you're just trying to put on like a good front or a face for the audience and stuff, when it's like, well,
what's your real opinion,
Yeah, what's your real opinion? You guys aren't being real. It's like, no. If anything, one of the things that's weird about watching so many different anime, when you have definitely like tastes that like give preference for specific things, like I love thrillers and ones that have like a mystery element to it. I love that stuff. That's why Dorohedoro got that like extra zany side of me out there. But then like Jacob, you really love anime that'll make you cry or really go into like really deep character stuff there. So there's an aspect of that that makes it easier to approach the anime. But when there's one that in some ways is something that we haven't really experienced that thing before, we have to like be vulnerable and open ourselves up to experiencing the thing as it is, and that can lead to some really fun engaging things. So all this being said, we have anime that we want to see, but that just means that we're intrigued by what we've heard.
Right. It's basically just finding that balance to make sure that we are watching the things that we want to see that are less popular, while also making sure that we aren't just being like, oh, that's popular, therefore we're not going to watch it. Because like, there's, it's something where I've seen people say this a couple times, where it's like, well, you never actually say your opinion if there's something that you don't like, right? And while we definitely, like, there are things that we do when there's something that we don't like in like an episode or something, where we'll try and make sure that it doesn't like, we don't get like personally like bothered by that and let that color over our opinion of like the episode as a whole or the show. Yeah, or the show, or like make sure that if we bring it like, to bring it up, if it's something that bothered us and, we feel like mentioning it, but that like, it's not like the first thing that we mention in a discussion, make sure that we get like, talk about all the things that we liked about the show before we go into things that we didn't like or something like that.
Because we're not critics.
Yeah, because it's there.
And we also don't want to attract the audience that basically is built around critiquing anime.
Right.
No offense to the people that do that and stuff, but that's a whole different ball game when it comes to enjoying art and mediums of like anime and stuff, where it's like,
I've found it doesn't take it. So this is maybe a spicy take. Anyone can critique something.
Yeah.
Anyone can say, "Oh, it's bullshit. It's no good. It's whatever." Right? No. Tell me why it's good. Yeah. Tell me all the things that it does right. And then if you want to tell me, I don't think this added to those positive things, or maybe it detracts from them, sure. But but just saying something negative about a story doesn't necessarily give you any kind of like, intellectual high ground or anything like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of I would say buzzwords with regards to the anime community, that when you say that the show has that thing and thus it's good, or thus it's not good because it doesn't have those things, I would really, really like make sure that you're operating from a place of actual like knowledge of what that thing is, because sometimes, like you were saying, people can bandwagon in the positive or negative on a thing because of some community sentiment rather than actual firsthand experience. And I would take that over like most anything else based on like some first impressions. So all that being said, the balance between watching shows you like and watching shows backed by demand is that we want to see the shows that we put on polls. Therefore, we're predisposed to like actually taking them fully as they are, and thus we don't come in necessarily with community sentiment or maybe some like chip on our shoulder of like a specific thing is going to ruin our enjoyment of it. And that's why we value so much going in spoiler free, completely untouched with all this other stuff, other than maybe like very minor things, so that we have a good idea as to what type of show we're getting into, so our first impressions aren't so completely like confused or something like that.
Sure. Yeah.
But and I would not prefer to change the system too much, other than that thing I mentioned with the poll.
Yeah, I feel like, and that's something that we already kind of try and do with like making sure that the polls are balanced. You don't have some slice of life next to an action show or something like that. But yeah. think we have a pretty good system.
Yeah. Number 3, how do you get good discussion debate through disagreement? I have a very critical nature. I can like shows and still point out their problems and bad parts. I can like a character and still point out their flaws and shortcomings. I'd not bother commenting on things majority of viewers agree with. Rather, I state my views that run counter to what the majority thinks and see if anyone agrees or is willing to offer counterpoints. There are times when I lose the argument and feel down that I could not stand my ground. Oh, there are times when I lose the argument and feel that I could not stand my ground. I will either be convinced by the opposing side or still remain obstinate that my position was not wrong. Both ways are fine. Sometimes I receive civil back and forths, but most of the time what I receive is hostility. Some people or communities hold dear to their beliefs and see anyone who says otherwise as enemies. There are some who debate with me not for the sake of disagreement, but rather to defend their position and prove me wrong. At times when I run out of counterpoints, I will cede the argument to the others and stop, and vice versa. And there are also times when the other side ran out of ideas, but rather than ceding, resort to verbal attacks with smear words or name-calling. What about you? Have you ever experienced similar instances like this before? You are a duo with a platform. Were there instances when you feel the need to hold back your thoughts so as not to offend the recipient? Were there instances when it is preferable to withhold your comments to protect the feelings of others? Do you have any suggestions on how to critique and not receive hostile blowback? Yeah, I think actually this is a really good topic here, because one of the things that Jacob and I will do constantly is disagree on specific things. Jacob and I being brothers allows us to, at the very least, have a bit of a soft cushioning blow when one of us gives what I would call improper critical feedback.
Right, because there is a way to do it right.
There is a way to do it right, but one of the things that we have is a little bit more patience with each other when the other person steps out of line, to be able to go like, okay, what you're actually really getting at is this, right? Yeah. And then that relationship, if you will, provides a bedrock upon which a lot more disagreement and debate is a strong word, because debate has like formal attachment to it. So I would very rarely say that what most people do in the anime community when discussing things through disagreement is actual debate. And this is coming from an area where a lot of people close to me were in debate.
Right.
And,
I have also done debate.
Yeah, and people don't know what they're talking about a lot of times when they say debate. So the idea of being counterculture or having like a lot of stuff that is like, oh, I want to see what people think by bringing up like a way that the majority thinks a certain way, and I'm going to say something counter to that. One of the things that helps your general vibe with regards to things that you want to talk about that are based around a disagreement, it helps to start out with initially the things that you're willing to basically say, hey, I like this thing. Yep. One of the aspects of being counterculture that is not intentional but is a side effect is that you basically present no vulnerabilities to the other person. And when you do that, you basically say that I'm not interested in actually connecting with you through this discussion. I'm just wanting to have an argument. That is okay, but most people, by and large, don't actually want to have arguments. They want to share their passion with the anime, just general sphere of things with another person. Yep. That can be through disagreement. Passion does not always have to be in a affirmative, general manner.
Right. And it sounds like in your case, it's something where your passion is kind of in the like the good arguments kind of a thing, right? Yeah. You know, where it's because the point that you made of like, hey, everyone already knows what the popular sort of like thoughts are that are circulating around. So I want to bring up the stuff that people might not agree with, right? The different stuff, because that's where it actually gets interesting, and you might be able to explore new thoughts and ideas. Cool. With that, it's something where I would say, like you said, of mentioning the things that you like, that also gives people ground that you're basically that you're truly wanting to explore, rather than what some people, because there are people that are like this, where they want to say something different just for the sake of saying something different as a way to like get attention or whatever, right? Yeah. And they're not truly wanting to actually explore the ideas behind saying something different. Yeah. So if you can communicate that through talking about the ways in which you agree with people, then you can form that common ground, so that then when you go into the things where you might disagree, they know that it's not just because you want to kind of pour water on their fire or tear down the thing that they like.
Yeah, exactly. Suggestions and improvements. As I watched your videos, I observed some actions behavior that caught my attention. Is either a habit that recently picked up or a response to a rare circumstance. While they can be considered as minor or insignificant, part of me feels uncomfortable about them. If you don't mind, here are some observations I made, why it bothers me, and some suggestions on how to make it better. Okay. Swearing and use of cuss words. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Lately, I started to notice that both of you are using the F word and swearing more liberally than before. In past videos years ago, that was never the case. I never heard either of you swear before on camera. Could it be because both of you are more comfortable and relaxed in front of the camera? Could it be the current pandemic is making you feel stressed and less in command of your words? I thought it could be age. But shouldn't people be more refined in control of their speech as they age, not the other way around? Is this a way to get closer to your audience? Do not get me wrong, I do not see this as a major issue in today's society. It's common to hear friends and peers swear to each other as part of their language. If this is your character and it befits you to be in your natural self, by all means continue as you are. It's just that I found it inelegant to use such grammar and even casual talk, and it exhibits a sense of discipline and restraint to avoid using such words, particularly when you are engaging in intelligent discussion and conversations. I swear to myself when I'm alone, but I can unequivocally say I never swear to any persons, be it my parents, peers, close friends, adults, or anyone else in my entire life. I feel that if you don't exercise some sort of restraint, you might forget yourself and accidentally use them on people or in conversations you never meant to. So think about it. So I think the feedback here is good. Is great points and stuff like that. The fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. The main point that I think you're getting at here is that there was a point in which we didn't do it, and we're doing it now. The difference is that back then we were more concerned about our family watching our videos, or maybe having some kind of like negative association with us based on that. Since then, most of the reason why most people don't swear on YouTube is because of monetization. We don't care about YouTube monetization.
Yeah, that's honestly, I feel like that's part of it. Is just because it's like, thank you, you guys are supporting us, so we don't have to worry about that kind of crap.
So in some ways, because you support us, you give us the freedom to be as expressive as we want on camera, and it's okay. Obviously, we're going to make sure that we're being respectful of people and individuals as much as we can. But if that means we get to cut loose and say things that we would normally say in real life, then that's what's going to happen. And I think that that's more of a thing of just showing that we've gotten so successful with regards to things on the business side of things that we are comfortable with doing that.
Yes. And I totally agree with you on the idea of swear words being inelegant. As a writer, that's something where you don't want to just use like shorthand words for things when there might be another word that's better. And one of the reasons why I in particular wanted to avoid swearing at the beginning of the videos as well was because I knew that there were a lot of reaction channels where all that they would say would be they would swear at the hype moments, but they wouldn't really be expressing their true thoughts and feelings because they would just use the shorthand of swearing, right?
Right. So now we've gotten already a good enough just general vibe that people know that we give well thought out just general discussions on things.
We know how to do that. We've trained ourselves to do it.
Exactly.
So if you know,
so now we can weave this stuff in for the extra fun and effect of it.
The word fuck is a beautiful, versatile word. It can be used in so many instances in different ways. It's a shame not to use it.
Yeah. And then the next one is not correcting misconceptions and misinterpretations going into the next episode. This behavior happens occasionally across some shows. You go into theory crafting on an ongoing situation or future event to happen. To the audience who has greater interest in the shows you're watching, we know if some facts and information are already established, and so we are watching you create misconceptions or misinterpret some details or events that were made clear moments or episodes ago. At times, it is cringing to see you both continue to make tinfoil hat theories when certain facts and events are already set and closed. The worst is when you remain uncorrected and carry those wild ideas in the next episodes. I do not blame you for making such mistakes. You're watching so many shows concurrently. Human memory is limited. It is normal to forget things that you previously saw. Fortunately, I see you're improving on this problem. You made the effort to rewind back to double check some details, and you have good fans and audience who fact check or correct your misunderstandings, and you took note of their comments. If you're not already doing so, one suggestion will be to rewatch your previous episodes first before proceeding with the current scheduled episode. It refreshes your memory and could reveal some information you missed or misread previously. If you're short on time, you can try watching the videos at high speeds. I trained myself to watch videos and listen to audiobooks at 1.6 to 2.0 speeds. It saves me a lot of time, and I'm still able to catch what is being said or shown. Yeah, we already have a method for this primarily. If there's stuff that happens in this regard, it's primarily because we actually needed to schedule out recording things so far in advance for things like vacation and just adjusting with family life and all that something got mixed up, and the issue is that it can't be passed along to us and be corrected until we're caught up with recording and stuff like that. That's why we don't like doing 2 episodes a week ahead of time and stuff, because we can get so far ahead on something because you know,
and then,
this is something that I think people understand, but maybe not intrinsically, is that we are not recording the episode and then uploading it and immediately it gets put onto YouTube. We have a backlog of videos that is there so that we can stay sane.
Right. You know, if we have to take a day to just mental health break or whatever,
right,
you know,
exactly.
we can do that.
Yeah. And that is very important. And I know a lot of people that do not do that because their channels are based around immediate turnaround from an episode that just came out.
Yes.
That is awesome. That's going to give you a huge boost in the algorithm. But from this method specifically, this allows us to have the time freedom to be able to invest in ourselves so that we can actually do this with longevity.
Right. The other thing is that if there's something that is a misconception that isn't immediately plot relevant, it's not a big deal if we have a misconception about something and the correction can kind of bring a spoiler with it because then it attributes more importance than we originally would have thought to something.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Providing historical information is not spoiling. I
disagree.
saw this when you were watching Vinland Saga. One of you is clearly excited as you know the history of Canute the Great. You held your breath, saying nothing about the historical figure while grinning like a child with great expectation of what has happened. Forgive me if this offends you, but I felt exasperated watching that behavior play out episode after episode. I know what you mean. In my opinion, there's no need to withhold historical facts or information while watching any show that uses historical context. First, this information is widely available. Interested viewers can look up the history of notable figures or important events by themselves at their own time. In fact, sharing what you know about history is good because it showcases how much you know and you can add new context and talking points during your discussion. Second, Canute's legend began after he becomes king. Vinland Saga ended with Canute just becoming king. The amazing feats you knew Canute did were not shown in this timeline. That's great. I didn't know that, so that's something.
Yeah,
but see, in your own thing here, you admitted this is something that we couldn't have known about, though. So
right, it's
so
something.
Just bear with us on that.
Yeah.
So hold on. So you essentially suppressed yourself for nothing when the things you knew about Canute were not shown at all. Third, who can say that shows will use historical people events exactly and accurately is what history records.
Sure.
In story writing, it is common for authors to use historical figures or events and add twists or changes to what actually are or happened. Did Vinland Saga actually accurately portray young Canute to match historical records? Maybe, could be. It could also be redesigned to create interest and intrigue to the character. Absolutely. In any case, you telling the accurate amount of the person or the events will not matter. It adds context but will not spoil anything since the story is not following accurate history. For the reasons above, I suggest that if you ever encounter any story plot point that is adapted from history, just say what you know. It eliminates the effort of suppressing yourself when you're not even sure if it matters, and can potentially open up to a new area of discussion. Cases like Gankutsuo are tricky, though. Yep, I can tell you that plot-wise, the anime versions deviate in many areas from the original source. Technically, telling others the true story is not considered spoiling, but it takes away the surprise factor from people who never read the novel. The safest advice I will give you is to say that you know at the point of where you are in the show. Say if a character you know is newly introduced. You can provide the background information of that character and why viewers should pay attention to him or her as to how he or she contributes to the plot. Probably save it until after the event is over. In another instance, after an important event or checkpoint is cleared, you can tell the audience, in the actual novel story, this is what it's supposed to happen. That's essentially what we do, though.
Yeah, sometimes we'll use it for theorizing and stuff because we both have read most of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I completely disagree for the part that stating historical facts is not spoiling. The difference is that you assume that we go and look up anything about the show when we end up watching it.
The thing of saying the information is readily available, you can also read a wiki on a series, but that doesn't mean that you're not spoiling yourself.
Exactly.
Right? It might not follow super accurately, but I didn't know that Canute was going to become king. There was a good chance that he would because he was royal and all that stuff. But
and I'm gonna have to cut this. I'm gonna have to cut this letter short. There's a lot of recommendations on the thing here, but I'm just gonna read the names because there's a lot of details going into them there, and we don't usually go into specific details with recommendations. I will stop here for now. There could be more things I want to talk or ask about, but I will save it to another time. I have not written a letter in a long time, and writing this one out took more time and effort than I expected. Once again, pardon my negatives, and I apologize if I struck a nerve. I feel that disagreements add a new perspective and should be encouraged and unrestrained so long as the opposing sides talk in a civil and healthy manner. I leave my email address at the end, should you deem me worthy to write to. I'm an introvert who prefers one-to-one conversations rather than talking in chart rooms amongst a sea of voices. I thank you for taking the time to read this letter. Please keep up the good work. Be well. Regards. And then there's the email address. Thank you very much for this. And then for the recommendations, I'm just going to go through them really quick. Rainbow Nisho Rokubo no Shichi Nin. Shinsekai Yori.
Okay.
Yep.
Heard a lot about that one.
Spice and Wolf.
Yes.
You got a lot of points with Jacob for that one. For the movies, we have Kotonoha no Niwa. Yep.
Already seen it. It's fantastic.
Yep. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas.
Also excellent.
Genocidal Organ.
Oh, that sounds crazy.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Thank you
for the recommendations. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are really sweet. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that you were very civil for the most part.
Yep.
I think that everything you said is totally fine. I think that on some area, if we were to go too much into the business side of things, it wouldn't actually be it would actually be good for the video in general because there's no issues with talking about it, but it then gets into like things where it's like, oh, that's just too much detail.
Yeah.
Oh, you need the
Yeah,
right. Got you.
This one's pretty easy to open up. All right. Written on June 12th, 2021.
Thank you.
Hey, Caleb, Jacob, my name is Eric. On Twitch, Eric Walt.
Hey!
Hello. I used to be active in your Discord, especially the Attack on Titan channels. Cannot wait for Season 4 to resume, by the way. I think the last thing I sent you from Amazon was the Communist Manifesto as a joke. And the last time I wrote you, I suggested you react to the anime Land of the Lustrous Season 2 when, I know, Beastar Season 3 already announced. Jacob, I used to not understand why people were into VTubers, but now I completely get it and have fallen down the rabbit hole. 2/3 of my YouTube recommendations and subscription page are VTuber related. I love independent VTubers, ones in Hololive, and most in VShojo.
Wow.
I'm glad I got something new to obsess over and lots of content and lore to get into. Yes, the singing covers I'm especially a fan of. I haven't watched your vids in a while, so I can't say for sure if this still applies. Caleb, I would highly recommend getting into VTubers as well. It is a fun community to be a part of online. Though obviously, if you don't have time or interest, this is completely fine.
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, though.
Oh yeah, it's Pride Month at the time of me writing this. Proud bisexual here. Hey! You may get this in July, though, in which case, happy belated Pride. How is the Ultimate Frisbee going, Caleb?
Good.
Hope you're still enjoying and improving at it.
Yeah.
Jacob, I hope you're succeeding in your writing and are creating more interesting worlds and tales like in Battle Lines. Thanks. I am. Keep on being awesome. See you in Season 4. Eric Walt.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
All right, next letter here. Just go through them here. We're going a little bit slow. Sorry. Salutations, Sultans of Sanity! As always, I hope that you are both in good health and good spirits. A happy belated birth month to Caleb. Thank you. 30th, wow! Terrific 20s, tremendous 30s. Muscle, strong arm emoji. Wait, pardon my poor art skills. Oh no, that was perfect, yeah. I will be briefly responding to your comments from my previous letter to come full circle in our correspondence. Indeed, your top 10 anime recommendations video was the first that I watched. I literally searched top 10 anime recommendations back then and found that video back then, and that video was 30 or so down from the top. Yeah. I attribute it to recency, why I included dates in my last letter, with respect to my search and your upload. I was indeed one of the 11K people who have watched it. You can no longer find it very easily without searching the whole title. Anyway, I know enough about the mystery of the algorithm and fate. Jacob, domestic girlfriend. Bless you, Caleb. You sneezed at this in the last time it mentioned. Did not resonate with me enough to invest myself in the manga. Dressing up with you guys and watching it was an experience akin to viewing The Room. Yes. Okay. I love doing drinking games at The Room. Yeah. At least for me, it was for the "it's so bad, it's good" kind of laughs.
That's where it started for me, and then it just turned into I love it.
Yeah. Participating by wearing my office garb did add some more immersion to the reaction experience. Before I get too far on a tangent, I also am a paper media kind of guy. The feel of a book in my hands is a good part of the reading experience. Yes. Plus, I work at a computer screen so much that my eyes fatigue from the blue light. Yes, I'm with you. I definitely wouldn't commit to procuring a physical copy since the narrative and characters don't speak to me as much, personally. Speaking of how paper media will never die, you guys started Wotaku. I love his heart for an otaku. I absolutely adore that show, and I'm catching up on the manga as we speak. Glad that you were enjoying it so far, and the discussions are superb as you guys read into the characters so deeply. Plus the phrases
Or
I believe. Phrases uttered sometimes. A straight gold. Also, loving Gankatsuo reactions. The Count of Monte Cristo is one of my favorite stories. I have seen the movies, read the French abridged version, and my high school swim coach got me the full English translation when I graduated high school. It has been years since I last read it in English. The vocab is great practice for the GRE. GRE.
I don't know.
Gold Requiem experience.
Yes.
Gold Experience Requiem. Great story, though. Enough of my rambling. Peace be with you both, David. Oh, thanks, David. P.S. I'm glad that my previous letters was well received, and I will keep using sultans as honorifics.
Thank you.
You are quite the cultured person of sanity. Yes, yes. Next letter for you, Jacob.
All right, ice me.
Oh, ice you. Yes. We're going to have to go through these letters a little bit quicker. This video is running a bit long.
It is indeed. We love getting your letters.
We love getting the letters, guys.
And we can totally just not necessarily read all of them on camera if we need to cut things a bit shorter. Oh my God, Caleb, look at this.
What?
Look at this.
Oh,
Holy shit, I love it. Koro Sensei and Shinso and the two of us and Kuwabara. Oh my God, I love it.
That's so good.
Love it so much.
Thank you.
Oh, and then Ray in the upper left. Yeah. Oh, and Yui there. Yes, Yui. All right.
Okay, thank you, Ray.
Oh, this is a long one. We might want to just save this one for after, off camera.
You sure?
Well, here we go. Dear Caleb and Jacob, oh my gosh, this has to be the 100th time I've rewritten this letter. Whoa. Each time I was starting to write this letter, something came up and delayed me from finishing. Finally, I get to send you this letter. I've also been able to finish some art for you as well. Hopefully, the second envelope arrived at the same time as this letter. Though it has taken me a while to write this letter, I've been able to think about which characters to draw and which anime I want to recommend to you. Before I do my recommendations, I wanted to tell you some exciting news.
Ooh,
well, it might not be as exciting to you as it was to me. Remember when I told you that I played on a homeschool volleyball team when I was a teenager? Well, I was asked and given the opportunity to be the assistant coach for the same team I had played for.
Yes!
Of course I said yes. It's so much fun and rewarding to pass on the knowledge and the lessons I had obtained over the course of my 5 years playing. With all of that out of the way, let's get to my two recommendations. The first anime is one that I think Caleb will really enjoy considering he likes Vinland Saga, which is a historical anime. The anime is called Art. It's a newer anime and takes place during the Renaissance. The main character is a woman. Yes, I've heard of this one, who yearns to be an artist. However, society doesn't see women as anything but good for being wives and raising children. The main character defies everyone's expectations and strives to accomplish her goal, which isn't an easy task. This anime is drawn vibrantly and the story is fantastic.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah. Okay, time for a hilarious anime. This anime is called Ultimate Otaku Teacher, also known as Denpa Kyoshi. This anime reminds me a lot of GTO, except the teacher loves anime and is an independent homebody. If you like GTO, then give this anime a try.
Yes, that sounds perfect.
I've watched several new anime and have enjoyed them. However, it got me thinking about the anime I'd frequently heard about when I had begun to watch anime 3 years ago. I kept hearing about Inuyasha, Naruto, the Dragon Ball series, One Piece, and Fairy Tail, just to name a few. I've watched most of all of these, but my favorites are Inuyasha, Dragon Ball Z, and Fairy Tail. Have you seen any of these? Those are specifically the ones that neither of us have seen. Well, no, we've seen some of Dragon Ball.
I've seen a lot of Dragon Balls.
Yeah. Have you seen it? Which one did you enjoy the most? I mean, Dragon Ball by, elimination.
Yeah.
Also, I've seen that someone sent you a manga for Ranma 1/2, which I love the show, and the whole manga series for One Piece.
Yeah.
Will you do reactions to these two anime in the future? Not for One Piece.
Yeah.
Can't say for Ranma.
Yeah.
When I looked up what anime were coming out, I got really excited for the second season of Demon Slayer and the 5th season of My Hero Academia. The 5th season of MHA is great so far. Shinso has become one of my favorite characters. I hope we get more of him and Eri this season, but I really want to learn more about Deku and One for All. Do you think another character will find out his secret this season? Possibly.
Todoroki?
Or Uraraka, that's what I'm holding out for.
Yeah.
Also, I'm looking forward to the 5th season to Haikyuu. I can't wait to see more growth to Hinata and getting more time with these with the lesser-known players. Do you think the 5th season will be focused solely on Karasuno and Nekoma like Season 3?
Yeah.
I would love that, but I really
so.
want to see Hinata go head-to-head with the other little giant. If I have to wait until Season 6 for that, so be it. As long as we get...
If it's a one core season, then I think it'll just be Nekoma. But if it's two core, then no.
And if it's one core, we might not have to wait as long for the following season. As long as we get more Haikyuu in the future, I'm happy. Now to the artwork. I included one piece of art with this letter, and it's fan art. It's my first time drawing fan art, so forgive me for drawing you so animated. It was great. I've been trying to find my own art style, and this was my first attempt. I drew you guys with your logo on the sleeve and your ages on your shirts, so I did remember your birthdays, but didn't have the time to send you anything. No worries. In the second envelope, I have 3 more pictures for you. The first is 7 of my favorite heroes. The second is 7 of my favorite villains, and the last is my Haikyuu My Hero Academia character comparison. I chose Tsukishima and Tamaki this time. I find both are not very enthusiastic, nor are they very motivated when we first met them. Like how in Haikyuu, Tsukishima is seen as the moon and Hinata is the sun, Tamaki is like the moon and Mirio is like the sun. It was Hinata's determination and unwavering spirit that both motivated and caused Tsukishima to see Hinata as his rival who he wanted to beat. Tamaki was inspired by Mirio's upbeat personality, perseverance, and determination to be a better hero. The difference between Tsukishima and Tamaki is that Tsukishima views Hinata as his rival and teammate, while Tamaki views Mirio as his friend and rival. What do you think? I would love to hear your thoughts.
I love characters that have their own kind of sun and moon relationship with each other.
Yeah, it's an iconic story to tell.
Yeah. I think that's just a good contrast. Yeah.
Keep up the good work. Sincerely, Megan. P.S. I wrote the names beside each character. I hope it helps. Also, Saitama is supposed to look derpy. I mean, of course,
I can tell it was Saitama, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Immediately. That was fantastic.
Thank you, Megan.
Yeah, that was very sweet of you. All right. And here we go. The last letter. Dear Caleb and Jacob, hey guys, Blue Rat 138 here. Hope you guys are doing well as the summer season rolls in. Recently, I found a confidence in regards to adding commentary to my gameplay videos, which I'm using to, in a way, channel my inner Matt Mercer, if you will. And for extra practice, I would read manga out loud alone by guessing how the characters would sound like to me.
Yes.
As my self-confidence with my channel grows, I want to expand to doing other content, such as doing a podcast with you guys, which you guys have inspired me to do. But the catch is, where do I start when I go forward with it? Any pointers that you can give me to not just me, but anyone else that wants to do the same? And meanwhile, are you guys excited that Komi Can't Communicate is finally getting anime in October?
Yes.
I know I am, but is the world ready for such cuteness? We shall see.
Will they be able to capture it?
I will get back to writing more of my new book and hope to catch more of your guys' amazing content. Your inspired fan, Blue Rat 138. Thank you, Blue Rat.
Thank you, Blue Rat.
I would say that for starting a podcast, it is important that you find someone that you genuinely just love spending time with, and you can just talk about anything with.
Right.
If you have shared interests, that's great. But the main thing is not that you actually share similar interests, but that you actually just enjoy gabbing with them. That is not easy to do for a long period of time.
And it is especially not easy to do if you're building your brand, because people won't be interested enough necessarily in you gabbing just as an individual to want to listen to something like that. You might have to bait them in with just the content first.
Okay, so let's get the knife and knifeu here.
Yep.
And this is a heavy package.
Ooh.
Oh, got some mango in here.
Yep, and I see a dragon.
Uh-huh.
Oh, boy.
Oh, it's Dragon Ball!
The first volume.
The original.
Oh, my God.
It's time for you to learn all the big lessons Goku learned from childhood to a young adult. His first one is, what does a vagina look like? Seriously, do not read this in public. From Nicholas Wilhelm.
I remember, yes. Yeah.
And inside of this book is my reaction when Fruits Basket finally won a poll. That is my only reason why I skipped ahead. From Nicholas Wilhelm. Wait.
Wow.
Okay, sweet. So we got Dragon Ball Volume 1. Thank you very much, Wilhelm or Nicholas.
I remember watching the first episode of Dragon Ball, and I was just like, oh my.
Yeah,
oh,
wait,
I see.
So inside this book, is it in
Or was it in a different box or something, or?
Maybe.
We don't know which book it's for.
Yeah, I don't know. Just check to see if there's anything that falls out.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would assume it's JoJo's, which, by the way, check this out.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's probably some kind of crazy JoJo pose.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's probably a pose specifically within.
Maybe that particular double pager with the pink pages.
I don't think so necessarily, because there's so many specific things. But this is when they're dealing with Vanilla Ice.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this. Wow.
Yes.
Oh, it looks
The
so
JoJo
good.
volumes always look just so wonderful. And we actually have the first volume of Dragon Ball now. Oh,
I know.
man. All right. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh,
It's the
shirts.
boys. Jujutsu Kaisen. Finally, I'm happy. SOS met a panda senpai. Jujutsu is hard to say, even for Japanese.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
man.
very much.
Okay, so.
Oh, I can't wait for this. Just find the one that's
hell
my
yeah.
size, yeah.
Yep. This one is extra large. This one's mine.
Okay.
Oh, it's got good guys on front and bad guys on back.
Oh, we got some snacks in here. We don't eat food. Sorry, it's been
Yeah,
sent.
sorry.
But thank you very much for sending to us all the same. Just
The
remember,
art
guys,
on
no,
the front is very cute.
No editables. Oh man. Haikyuu, please share it and wear it. Oh my gosh!
I think
Haikyuu
that one
shirt.
is for you then.
Yep, I think this one is definitely for
I mean,
me.
I'm not positive, but
But
you know,
it's probably.
if I were to take
it's
a wild
large.
guess.
It's a large, and oh my god, look at it! It's
Oh
the
my
little
God.
birds that were in the transitions.
That
for
is
season
amazing.
4. Yes.
I love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, wearing all the shirts.
Another. Whoa! All the shirts. Hold on. Wait. What size is this?
Oh, and this even has a face mask on it. So thank you. That's so cool.
Okay, I believe this one is a large size as well. So Caleb, you got 2 Haikyuu shirts.
2 Haikyuu shirts?
Look at that.
Dang, son, where'd you
Look at that.
find that?
I think they know your tastes.
I think so. There's a possibility that I have told a lot of people that I'm obsessed with Haikyuu.
Oh boy. Oh, we got something with wrapping paper. This is Bisatsu Shonen Magazine, the last episode of Attack on Titan published. Jacob, I will leave it to you to open it now or not. If you want to seal it as it is, please eat snacks and finish. P.S. Isayama Sensei selected episode 69, Friends, full color version. Caleb, you can read it. Oh, that's for page 9, page 395, Attack on Titan final episode. Caleb, you can't read it.
I will read it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
If anything, Jacob, you
all
save
Japanese.
this.
Yes.
Save this and don't unbox it now, because there's all kinds of other stuff in here as well. You get so
Oh
many
my
shirts.
God.
You went all out on us. Like,
All
check
the
this
shirts.
out. Oh, here's a Jujutsu Kaisen shirt for me.
There we
large.
go.
Aha!
Also,
Chibi!
oh,
Little
Caleb,
cuties.
Evangelion.
Evangelion?
It has the word Evangelion sports on it. So,
Ooh,
there you
ooh.
go.
Is it another large?
Yeah, it is another large. It's
What
something
is
you can-
happening?
That's
You guys just
so
decided
many
to give
shirts.
me my birthday present.
Oh wait, this has 2 L's, so it actually might 2 L's might mean extra large. I'm not sure.
I don't believe that's how that works, but oh my.
Yeah.
So, I mean, some
then
skin exposed
there is another Evangelion sports shirt, black with purple stripe. Thank you so
this
much.
material though.
Yeah.
This material.
Fandom shirts don't always feel good.
The Phantom shirts do not always feel good.
Oftentimes they feel like burlap sack.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh.
I rep my favorite brand, but Yeah.
But I would die if I would do it.
Thank you so much.
So actually,
this is
one,
way
this
too
one
kind.
is noticeably bigger though than this one. So maybe this one is for you.
It's possible.
I also want the red one either way. So
Oh, nice, and it has something that's a lot more obviously Ava on the back. Cool.
I mean, this one does have that as well.
Oh, okay.
It's
cool.
just hard to spell.
All right.
Now this
Yeah.
is the kind of thing that I would expect from like an official Japan kind of
3 shirts
fan
on at
site
the
and
same
stuff.
time. Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm taking them off one at a time and stuff, but
taking them off. Shaw.
no, but see, there's
Thank you.
There's music attached to it as well. Mm-hmm. But the Jujutsu Kaisen one I should probably put on. But this one,
it's
this
got
one's
chibis of the characters, you know?
this one's like just cute
gotta.
enough that I
Yeah.
gotta do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh,
Wow.
I hope
And-
it fits.
Oh, I think that'll fit.
It's got that like that really like hard.
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
like the thick kind of plasticky sticker stuff.
exactly.
Yeah. So
I'm-
that stuff, that shit does not stretch.
yeah. So I'm more
Yeah.
just worried that like I'm gonna rip it or X something accidentally. Ugh. Ah.
Oh yeah,
that's
there
so
we go.
Cute.
So adorable.
That was so cute.
I love that Panda's
Oh,
in there. That's
thank
just-
you so
can't
much
forget
for all
Panda.
these shirts.
Yeah,
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Wow.
Wardrobe got kitted
And we're
out.
not done yet. We got
No.
one more big box.
Oh,
All
boy.
kinds of stuff in here for Caleb and Jacob.
Oh boy.
Take off the thing here, and then you open up the stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I'll read the letter. Oh my goodness.
Apparently, this is our
You guys
new
went
thing.
all out this month. Wow.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah. No, better.
No. Better.
I mean, not better than Attack on Titan. but-
It's twice as good.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Wow.
Now, this one is yours.
Oh, okay. I wrote the letter in special notebook and my patient got off page. It's unfortunate to try to ignore that. Oh, okay. No worries. Dear Caleb and Jacob, thank you for all that you do. Your content has had a profound effect on me. 2020 is described as the worst year ever by almost everyone I know. For me, 2020 was the best year of my life. At the beginning of quarantine, my friends started to cope by using hard drugs. They had lost their way. I was so desperate and lonely. I began to walk that path with them. Then I was thankfully exposed to an anime called My Hero Academia. It checked off every box on the list of how to reach me. Oh, Deku flipped a switch in my brain that intensely inspired me to change. However, wanting something is far easier than actually doing that something. I didn't have a single friend or family member who could support me on my journey. Memiche and stories were extremely helpful in giving me a semblance, of peace and strength, but I severely needed someone to cheer me on when it was extra hard. I felt as if I was constantly on the edge of relapsing. Once in a moment of weakness, my friends convinced me that what I was trying to do was pointless, and I actually agreed to come over. At this point, they weren't just doing cocaine anymore. They had now gotten to heroin and meth. I would have gone. But you were there. I happened upon one of your MHA discussions, and suddenly it felt like I had a friend. A helping hand that reminded me how capable I was in this endeavor. I'm sorry, that pun just doesn't feel right to make a pun of, but wow. Who knows if I would have actually gone, but without those videos and resolve I gained with them, I might have become a shadow of my former self. Now I can't hear my body scream and crave anything besides stories. I can even joke about those substances without wanting them. Every story I experience makes it easier and easier to press on. I've always been a strong and positive person, but now I have nothing holding me back. It was a short time in hell, and I'm very proud that I was able to get out. And you know what also comforts me? There's a massive sea of stories out there just waiting for me. With hard work and a lot of heart, I have found unwavering confidence in my own strength. I feel like my own hero. The Discord community y'all made has a lot of good people and inadvertently gave me even more reasons to let me allow myself to have a good life. No Discord server is perfect, but I cherish those unique moments. I knew this was you. Like the second I started reading the first 5 lines, and the way you said I was exposed to an anime called My Hero Academia, I'm like, oh my god, I know exactly who this is. I'm grateful for the SOS community, and I treasure you both very much. Thank you. And
Yeah, let's keep that private.
yeah, thank you so much for this letter. I knew this was you, but
Yeah.
thank you so much. Now, I don't know if you wanted me to read your name out in here and stuff like that, but that you shared such vulnerable and sensitive stuff on here. I am so proud of you, and I'm so glad that we were able to be there for you. And I'm really just emotionally wrecked by just reading your story here, because I know what this kind of thing is like. I know what it means to find your people, to find a community and stuff. And I'm just really honored that we were able to be there for you in that time where you just needed people. But also, I'm just excited about the idea that an anime could move you to such an extent. So thank you for all the gifts that are in here. Thank you for sharing this letter with us. I'm really excited to have you in our community. And thank you for this kick-ass Twice shirt. This is so cool. This is stretchy and really nice.
Yeah,
stuff.
these feel really good. Now, I think
This is a banner, it looks like.
no, this is an actual honest to goodness
Jacob.
t-shirt.
It's of course for you.
And of
You
course,
get the waifu.
Yep. I mean, because the thing is,
The terrifying waifu.
the terrifying waifu. All right, let's go.
Because of course.
Let's go for fourth shirt.
I'm gonna just take mine off.
Okay, yeah.
There's
you know
no
what?
way.
This. Yeah, no.
There's no way I can get all those on in one go.
This is I think the nicest quality of shirt that I have ever seen sent.
They're
to us.
really good, yeah.
Like this is like. Oh no.
The Evangelion shirt, it's too tight. Oh no.
Oh yeah, this is awesome.
all exposed.
This is awesome. And the art is so freaking good.
Yeah.
Like usually on shirts like this, and maybe because it's the material, they're able to get more detailed with it and stuff, but like usually fandom shirts, the art is like, it's good. Like you know that it's, okay, it's that fandom or whatever, but like, damn.
Yeah, but these are Oh, they're really nice, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
This one's definitely for me.
A charmer in armor. That is so
Thank
dude.
you so much.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness.
Every respectable adult should have coasters and playing cards. And they're Star Wars cards. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
They're mine.
Fine. Then I get these.
Wait.
Wait, do you want Imperial or Rebels?
Well,
Rock, paper, scissors.
so I get Imperial.
Yeah, we both knew that we wanted Imperial.
It's because they're red. How do we do the same throw?
I know, it's the
times
brothers
in a
thing,
row?
I'm telling you. All right, pull here to remove this. Wait, 4-step puzzle box.
Okay, we're not gonna do the
Yeah,
whole puzzle
no,
box
no,
on
we're-
here,
right.
but we will let you know on Discord when we figure it out.
And they're Star Wars coasters too. We got boring ass like regular
we have
coasters.
dumbass coasters.
Like,
these are gonna be
these are so much
immediately
better.
used.
So much better.
Let me open them up. Let me see what they have.
Oh, yeah,
they
that's a
might
good
not
point.
all be the exact same. You know?
That's true. That's true.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that extra like three-dimensional like wood aspect there.
These are wood. These aren't foam or anything like
they
that.
have different things there. I have
Bespin,
like
Dagobah,
Hoth,
Endor.
Tatooine, and the Death Star.
I love that the Death Star is one that has a different color scheme and all that stuff.
The Death Star one is pretty iconic,
that's-
but the Tatooine one, it's got the twin suns.
I mean, Bespin looks pretty dope too.
Okay, that's been that does look really cool.
And then Endor has the Death
Oh
Star
my
above
god,
it.
thank you, Jim.
Oh,
Dang,
thank
I
you.
almost said you.
No, I've done that like I've been this close like 3 times.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Also, we have to show this shirt off as well. United States of Smash! Yes,
Hell yeah.
And it's large, so it's for me.
And
it's for me?
All right.
For me?
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Like okay, so there have been times where I've gotten kind of down on myself because it's like, what are we doing? This channel and all that stuff. Because I don't watch reaction channels.
But Jacob,
so I don't have as much.
I saved this one for you.
I was like,
this one's obviously for you.
definitely.
Yep, it's your size.
uh-huh.
But you got to show everyone.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
But, like,
Let's go.
It's
Oh man, I hope we can wash this. That's
no. When it's things like this, what you just do is you turn the shirt inside out when you wash it.
Oh, that's genius.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
genius.
It doesn't stop it completely, but it makes it last way
Lessens it
longer.
quite a bit.
Thank you so much. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm emotional.
I'm glad we were able to help you out when you were in that place. Because oftentimes I can get down on myself and be like, but I'm just talking about anime, right? Like what's so special about that? Thank you.
We love you guys.
Yeah.
And y'all just keep being yourselves and being awesome because we're so proud of you, and this is just a really big just celebration of just being able to do this now for going on 5 years. So
Jeez, yeah.
take care, and yeah. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.